Hey folks, this is BestInSlot with some pretty exciting news to kickstart your weekend, and that is the official confirmation for the first time that there are new Jurassic franchise video games in development and coming across the next year or so and beyond. Really exciting stuff. We've only had rumours and hearsay until now. We've covered it a little bit in the past, but this is our official confirmation from someone higher up at Universal. So that's really exciting, and let's dig into it. This comes to us from Twitter user Life Finds a Way, and they were reading License Global. This is a free online magazine subscription. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out for yourselves. And it's just a licensing magazine, you know, talking about brand management and making products and stuff like that. If you're into this, it's for you. If you're not, it's probably not. But they did an interview in their August issue with Melissa Rodriguez, and she is the Vice President of Franchise Strategy at Universal Products and Experiences. So really high up in the food chain, knows what they're talking about. Worth listening to. The bit we're actually looking at, though, is over here. So, Jurassic World isn't slowing down, says Rodriguez. Here we go. We're 30 years young. Fans can expect more from the franchise later this year, through 2024 and beyond. From a theatrical re-release of Jurassic Park later this summer, to new video game announcements, to more content and digital experiences, and more toy and collectible dinosaurs, and playful apparel and accessories for fans of all ages. So, I mean, the key there, of course, is new video game announcements. That's what we're looking for, and that's not. I get the feeling like that's a new game. That's not, you know. It says more content and digital experiences. You know, there's going to be more DLC, for example, for Evolution 2, updates to Jurassic World Alive, stuff like that. But new video game announcements really does feel like new video games will be announced for some crazy reason. That's the headline right there. That's official confirmation from someone high up, from Melissa, high up at Universal. There are video game announcements to come. Very exciting. If that's all you wanted, you can go away now. But let's talk a little bit about what those games could be. So the last game they released, the last game Universal released for the Jurassic franchise was Jurassic World Primal Ops. Now, unfortunately, Jurassic World Primal Ops was absolutely goddamn terrible. It was so bad. If you want to see how bad, I do have videos on the game. I've got 3 or 4 videos on the game on my channel, and it was just boring and no gameplay to it whatsoever. It had a couple of cool ideas, but it was a mobile game and it was vapid and it was just bleh. Maybe you loved it and that's totally okay, but the general audience seemed to agree, and Jurassic World Primal Ops was actually shut down before it ever even hit full global release. They released it in some territories, not everywhere. I think I had to download a Swedish iTunes account or something like that, but you know, it never made it to a full global release because nobody cared about it because it just wasn't very good. So that's the last thing they did. Not off to a great start, but there's so much potential in this franchise for really cool video games. There has for a while now been a rumour that Frontier, the makers of Jurassic World Evolution 2, are also working on a Jurassic-themed survival game of some description. This was rumoured a long time ago in a 4chan post, which may not sound convincing, but that same 4chan post was the one that predicted Evolution 2 and Planet Zoo and all this kind of jazz. So I think there is a chance this could be real. The image you're seeing now is not from that game, but actually from a Jurassic World survival game that was meant to come out back in 2015. There's loads of images of this online, you know, of the main character with the raptors, with the Rex and the Spinosaurus, but unfortunately that game was also cancelled before making it to release. Well, the last time we talked about this topic was because there are rumours circulating that Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the kind of Netflix hit show, it did do really well for Netflix. You know, there's more in development for this series seemingly, but there's a rumour that's been going around for a while that they're going to get a new video game as well. Netflix themselves have got into video game production, they're making a couple others as well. And it seems like Camp Cretaceous may be part of that. Now, what a Camp Cretaceous game would look like, I'm not so sure. It could be a side-scrolling platformer. It could be like a Lego Jurassic World kind of thing, which I think is where I settled personally. I mean, it could just be a little mobile game, like a runner, like a jungle runner kind of temple run kind of thing. It could be a little park builder on Camp Cretaceous, a mobile park builder. I feel like a Camp Cretaceous game is likely to be mobile, more likely than anything else, just because I think that will suit the target audience a little bit more. But you never know for sure. Well, what else could it be? Well, I hate to harp up this tree that I've been harping up for about a billion years. There has been a little rumor that Creative Assembly, the makers of Alien Isolation, are now also working on a Jurassic horror game, a survival horror game set in the Jurassic franchise with the same ideas as Alien Isolation. You know, if you've been on this channel, or basically any dinosaur channel for the last few years, you'll have heard Alien Isolation come up 1,000 times. It's such an easy rumor to make because people have been saying this is the kind of game they want in this franchise for a long time. Now, given how hard at work Creative Assembly are on several Total War games, I don't really believe that personally, but the point is this is a style combination that people have been asking for so long. It seems inevitable that they'll do it eventually, right? We got Deathground coming out at some point. I just posted a trailer to that on the channel a couple of days ago, and Deathground definitely is a little bit of Jurassic Park meets Alien Isolation, but of course it's also a little bit Left 4 Dead and their own franchise in general. So we'll have to see if Jurassic also bites that bullet. There's other potentials though. We could have more of an open world shooter or open world action adventure sort of game a la Jurassic Park Trespasser, which is a terrible but beautiful game in so many ways. I deeply love Trespasser despite how awful it is, and it's also fantastic in so many ways with the lore and the physics, which were just far too advanced for the time. But the point is, that kind of open world action adventure would be a really good fit for the franchise, and there was actually another Jurassic Park game in development for the Xbox, which was more in this sort of style, although it's third person, I believe. Park builders are an easy go-to, of course. We've had 3 or 4 of them recently. We've had tons of them in the past with Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder, for example, stuff like that. It feels unlikely that it would be yet another Park Builder. Jurassic World the game is still going on mobile. Jurassic World Evolution 2 is still going on console and PC. There isn't really room in there for yet another Park Builder unless they can come up with something entirely novel. It could well be Jurassic World Evolution 3, but given Jurassic World Evolution 2 sales haven't been as good as the first game, I believe. I don't know what they look like these days. But given that, and given that at the moment we don't have any news announcements about films and stuff like that, which is where Evolution really got its big boosts from, I would be surprised if Frontier are making yet another game in this franchise. It would make me very happy, don't get me wrong, but I would be surprised. And of course, Lego Jurassic World. Lego Jurassic World was pretty good, actually. I'm not usually the biggest fan of the Lego games, but it was really lovingly made. It had lots of cool little features. But of course, it came out back with the original Jurassic World. We don't have Lego Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. We don't have Lego Jurassic World Dominion. There's still 2 more films there that could be expanded on. Now, of course, we've already got 4 out of 6, so to me it would make more sense for a add-on to come out for the original Lego Jurassic World that adds the 2 extra films, or a new individual game that maybe just covers the latter trilogy or something like that, or something that does something completely different with the first trilogy. Who knows? Or maybe just a Lego Jurassic World Dominion game in and of itself, and we'll just skip Fallen Kingdom. But this is definitely an area that could work, and like I say, I see the Camp Cretaceous game possibly being similar to this as well, because I think that would really suit both the style of the show and the audience. You know, dinosaurs translate so well to so many different types of video game that the world really is their oyster if they want to jump into that. I'm really hopeful that, you know, even if we do get some Camp Cretaceous game or some Lego game, that we also get something a little bit more, I don't want to say grown up, because, you know, I love the Lego Jurassic World and these games have potential appeal for all ages, but something a little bit more mature in terms of the themes and style and stuff like that would also be fantastic. This is a franchise that appeals to such a huge range of ages. It'd be really nice if everyone was taken into account in that regard. But we'll have to wait and see. Right now, all we have is confirmation of an announcement. It's not much, but it's something. It's official. There are video games on the way, and I'm going to be watching for them like a hawk. Let me know what you'd want from a Jurassic franchise video game in the comment section down below. As I mentioned a few times, I'm now on holiday from Monday. So hopefully there'll be content next week. I'll do a little vlog while I'm away. You can see I'm going to talk about a shirt. And yeah, hopefully there'll be content next week while I'm away. And we'll do some park builds and park tours and stuff like that for Evolution 2. And probably talk a little bit more about dinosaurs or something crazy. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, throw me a like down below. Let me know what type of video game you'd want to see from the Jurassic franchise. And I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.
Road.